Hello, welcome in, good evening, welcome to another bonus stream. Sorry, I'm like trying to multitask something right now. I apparently can't give, I can't give memberships to myself, which is interesting. Because I've seen Sarah do it, and that's kind of something I wanted to do occasionally. It's like just, you know, throw out random memberships for people every so often. But I can't seem to do it either on this account or my usual chatting account, so that's kind of funny. I think because both are brand accounts. But anyway, welcome in to all the members. If any of you are lurking or if in the future you're watching the VOD, welcome in. By the way, surprise for those of you who are actually here live. So my plan is, because I'm still testing and doing my whole experiment of which format works better, right? So I made it seem like today is gonna be a full-on members only stream, but I'm actually gonna switch it to public in, let's say, halfway through the stream. And I'm just curious to see how it kind of brings in whether or not the people like it picks up people without me having to say like, oh, I'm actually going live. Let's see how that goes. But for the first hour and a half, it's just gonna be us and this lovely city of Montai. So this is our first kind of bonus stream in City Skylines versus the previous ones where we're kind of just playing random games. Just because I do want to make some more progress in this city, and the way this game works is that you just have to invest so many hours into it to get it the way you want. So I thought let's just do an extra stream today, get going, if you will, with stuff that we can do. So I've been putting out polls everywhere that Discord, YouTube, all those things. Up till about a few hours ago, unfortunately, democracy was not working because people who were voting, i.e. the Queenmaker Rai, has decided to vote for everything. So that wasn't helping. But thankfully, she has now committed to one option, which is the high-rise housing. So we're gonna do that today. We're gonna see how that works. I'm actually gonna do a quick tour around. Like, we're gonna go onto our Google Earth again. And just take a look at how high-rise estates are done in Taiwan specifically, because I was gonna go into this doing it the Singapore way, but I just realized that this kind of city is supposed to be Taiwan-inspired, so we'll blend the two together. Render accounts don't get the free gifted ones. Oh, that's so annoying. So how does Sarah do it? I might have to ask her how she does it. But yeah. Oh well, I gotta do everything. You know what? What did I put? So the new neighborhood which we're doing today, Cubby Cliff Business Park, which is here. So this area is supposed to be turned into a like high-tech business district thing. We've got the new elevated train station, which is here. Sorry, not train station, subway station. I was gonna design it. And then we had the option for a low-rise market, which is here. So I would have actually kind of done a bit of everything. It's just that for this one, I actually kind of want to time it with a video that I'm supposed to be editing and putting out, which is when I toured the new business park district near me. Because I feel like after we've seen that video and we've gone through and like looked around, it would make more sense to then come back to this and then explore how to build it in this game together. So I'm thinking this one we'll leave it till whenever I get around to editing stuff. This one, I would do it on stream, like a normal stream, I guess, because this is kind of a large scale thing, so it makes sense to have everyone involved. And the market here, I can do it, but I'm not sure how I want to go about it, or if this is the best space for it yet, because if I stretch out this way... Oh, is Sarah not branded? I find that so, like, odd that YouTube does it this way, because it's like, I feel this whole branded, non-branded account situation just makes it so messy, and it's not very distinct and clear as to like what the difference between the accounts are. And it's just, I don't know, it's so, why does it need to be that way, you know? Okay, so this low-rise neighborhood, as you can see, at the moment, there is one spare space for the market here, but there's also this entire area, and keeping in mind that this is going to be a very noisy stadium and arena, I'm wondering whether to even have housing here or just have kind of, you know, those, if you have a market here, it will be busy in the morning, and then when it's noisy here at night, there will be nothing here, so you won't be disrupting anyone. That's my thinking. So yeah, we will see, but we will go with what the Royal Highness herself has said, which is to develop this area, which is Cubby Plains. So this area, we've been kind of leaving it for a while because we were just, you know, working on other things. But it is time to actually build some high-rises on it. As you can see, there's a lot of kind of remnants of other things here that we need to clear. And keeping in mind as well that one of the potential, like, locations, I guess, for the future hospital is here. The other one is here, which I think... Actually, you know what? I'm going to officially say that this is not going to be a health campus anymore. Because if we refer to... Let me switch on my iPad. And then you can have this on the screen, hopefully, while we're there. So, you can see, top left, let's do massive thing here. Top... Oh my, okay, wait, no, that's wrong. Top left, here. This is gonna be a university or like a higher education area. So that's essentially what Health Campus Option C is supposed to be. So this is gonna become education, right? So that's one option gone out of our 3 options. The other one is here. So we've got here, and I'm undecided. I'm leaning towards option B, but we're not actually going to develop it yet, so I just have to build Cubby Plains, keeping in mind that potentially a hospital is going to be here. So, stuff to consider. Okay, so let me clear up all of these things first. We are going to move the bus depot. So, this is eventually going to become like a big IKEA, Costco kind of place. Bunnings, if you will. I actually should do an extra stream where we do, what's it called? The custom signs. Like, I made a big fuss about it when we first started this series and then never went back to it because I don't remember how to make it. So, at some point when I remember, we will revisit it. I'm supposed to make signs for Rise Pies. Benny was supposed to have a comic store, all of those things. Yeah, we'll have to do that. So, potentially another bonus stream coming soon. Okay, so what is this? Small police station. Oh yeah, that's fine, you can stay here. So that clears up the area. I don't think I would want a university named after me. What would you learn there? Nothing. Okay, so this is the space so far. I feel like it can fit potentially 2 to 3 different like individual projects. Because as you know, like high-rise clusters tend to be built in like groups. So maybe like 1, 2, 3. And continuing on from Cubby Cliff Heights or Cubby Heights, as you can see, we had this walkway that we did do. Oh, actually, yes, off-stream what I did, I went in to tidy up this place a bit. So as you can see now, we've got a bit more of a kind of entrance, if you will, to this neighborhood. We've got a little market area. I would like to decorate a bit more, but there's not much props at the moment, so we'll leave this for now. And I also tidied up the shop underneath the train track, so that's lovely. We also added some of the flooring. It's a bit messy, but I guess it's better than nothing. So, and yeah, so this kind of pedestrian walkway keeps going, and as you can see, it does cross over the road into this new university. See, now you're distracting me. Now I'm saying it's a university. This new neighborhood, this new high-rise neighborhood is going to be connected by this bridge, and a train station here, I guess. So, what will you learn at a university of me? I'm confused. Do we learn about how to build pigs in Minecraft? Because I went back to look at that clip and I'm like, what is this? Who is this mutant laughing his head off in that fashion? I've never heard myself laugh like this. And I realize it's only whenever it's either in Minecraft playing Build Battle or with you. Because that's the only 2 times that I've had clips like that. So, okay, but yeah, so I'm gonna actually, let's jump out of the game first. I'm gonna jump over into Google Earth. Let us go on a quick tour. Window capture. Nope. Yes. Okay, amazing. Window capture, here we go. Welcome to Taiwan again. So a few places that I was looking at before stream as to what we can use as inspiration for high-rise areas, right? So, keeping in mind that I do want Montai to feel a bit like the newer side of Taiwanese architecture. Although I say that, but my low-rise area was quite old school. It's fine. We'll go with whatever. Here. Okay, so I was looking around right before stream. If I do this, look at that. It's true though. No. I completely agree. His friends apparently say that I don't smile or laugh whenever I'm with him, and they are concerned for my well-being. I would like to confirm and assure everyone that I do. It's just that for some reason, whenever I'm around their friends, it doesn't happen. So don't worry, I'm fine. But yeah, that's what they said once. Anyway, look at this. So high-rise housing in the outskirts of Taipei. So technically, and I actually didn't know about this distinction until I went to Taiwan. I wasn't very aware of the way the city is divided. Taipei and New Taipei City are different cities that are next to each other and are run separately. Which is very there's a lot of layers to this because their transport lines cut through each other, and then there's Taipei Metro, which is the subway system. It does its own thing, but it cuts into a New Taipei or something, and then they have a Taoyuan MRT, which is here. So Taoyuan is another city in itself. So there's 3 different cities here that I don't understand how this works in terms of governance, because how do you create something so unified across 3 different jurisdictions? It's kind of funny. But yeah, so right outside of Taipei, this is New Taipei. I was looking at this area because it does look like the sort of high-rise that would fit in Cubby Heights, right? Which is that it's on the fringe of the city. You still kind of want it to be not overly high-rise, but it is a piece of land that needs to be dense to justify its location. And so, yeah, I was looking at this. It's interesting because it looks as though this area has been gentrified over time, because you notice how we've got some of these low-rise really squeezed, almost like what we were building on the last Montai City episode, right? But around immediately next to it, it's just these high-rises, and I'm wondering whether they are kind of redeveloping these areas block by block, because if you notice, it's this whole area has now been redeveloped. There are tracings of this. This area is also completely new, and then it just goes back to being the really low-rise stuff. So yeah, but I think it's quite interesting. So we could probably do something like this. We might have to go a bit curvier though, given that our shape here looks like that. And again, this is the space. So I don't know. The 2 basketball courts, they are off-center to each other. Oh, is there off-center? Let's see. I didn't take notice. Well, should we do that? 2 basketball courts. Oh, this one. I think that's fine. It looks like it's nice and round. I actually quite like the roundness of the park. Also, quick shout out to Granny Does Games, who has been doing this round circle city thing, and actually I really enjoy the layout she's doing. She is doing it in a very artisanal, organic, handmade way, but the circle is there, the idea is there. I don't mind it actually. Okay, we'll see how it looks like in game. Let me try that, maybe. Although I feel like Cubby Heights won't have space for a park. Oh my gosh, I forgot Granny's a member. Hello, Granny. We were just talking about your round city, and how artisanal it is. Although I will say, I saw the layout right at the end of your stream, and I love it. Oh, also, what did Granny vote for? Oh, okay. So we've done a split of high-rise housing and the elevated subway station. Okay, let me think. I'll end the poll because we already started on the high-rise housing, but I will keep the elevated station in mind in case we need to pivot on this stream. If not, we will do it next episode. So thank you for voting, everyone. We appreciate it. And again, thank you for being a member. It's... How long has it been? It felt like just last week or something that all of this has happened. And it's just so cool that we can still do kind of all these more, behind-the-scenes streams. And even think about ideas like trying to do extra content. You came in just as you were saying, yes. So, artisanal and organic, and we love it all the same. I think it's working very well with the roundabouts as well, and I know it's kind of the inside joke, but at the same time, I'm genuinely, I like what you're doing. So I'm looking forward to see it grow. Remember to save, make sure it works. Okay, so yeah, this area feels very grid-like. If I zoom it even more, I don't know whether I like it being so road-based. Like, you can see the number of roads that it has. I might want to reduce that a bit. But overall, I think the vibe of the high-rise neighborhood will be a bit like this, if you will. And there was another area that I was looking at earlier. Oh, I should have noted it down. Oh yeah, there's one area that I thought was quite interesting. So I've been to this park actually. It's literally just... It's huge. Like, I don't have the measurement for it, but if you can imagine, like, you're standing as a person here, right? And there's this bridge here, which you come out from the train station and then, like, you see this entire view. It is massive. And then, for some reason... Oh, this bridge is quite new, given that it's still under construction. But when you actually go there now, there is a slide here, which is so weird. It's like a train station and then there's a slide that just slides all the way down and then it brings you to the park. It's kind of funny. Yeah, and this area was very interesting because it's like... See this? That's the vibe that you get if you're a resident here. It's like, there's a lovely park in here, but... like, you can't really appreciate it. It's all blocked off. I know Google Earth maybe doesn't do the best example, but you get the idea. There's like this slope all along this bit, so you can't really enjoy the greenery, and then the train track's kind of just there. So we don't really have anything like this in Singapore, so I thought it was just an interesting like design. So at some point I want to do something like this in our city. Okay, and the other one that I wanted to look at, which was not... Oh, actually, no. It was in Taipei. Closer to... Where was it? Was it closer to Taipei 101? I can't remember if this was exactly what I was gonna follow. But just FYI, this is what the super high-rise area of Taipei looks like. There's like a cluster of houses like this, which is interesting. I was thinking, wow, you sure have made a lot of progress, and then you realize this is not Montai. Okay, wait, let me close this and then let's take a look at this. So, the thumbnail that I did use for today, I think gives a good overview of where we're at. As you can see, we've not done amazing in terms of progress. We've got this cluster, which is Cubby Cliff. This is temporary stuff, but there will be a big box. And then we've got the first city center, which, honestly... very, very slow. But, you know, it's... I think for this series, I wanted to approach it from the very detailed point of view, and I didn't want to rush into the whole, like, you know, building too fast. Although, today's stream is that stream for me to, like, build faster, because I do want the city to grow a bit now. Just because I feel like it will be satisfying to start seeing the city run. You know, like, people transferring and transporting themselves from one side to the other. People using the trains, like all of the stuff working. And usually your ears are burning because you're having a flash. Oh my gosh. You just knew. Okay. But so, back to the Google Earth. So I don't think it was the Taipei site that oh my gosh, I'm so confused when it turns the other way. Let's go up here. Okay, so quickly jumping into Kaohsiung, which is the second biggest city. I don't know if it's actually the second biggest city, but it was like one of the major cities. Where was it? Okay, so there's two areas that I thought was maybe worth considering. One is this area, which is a sort of... Again, it's this idea of I feel like they gentrified it. Like, they took over houses that look like this, and then completely redevelop this side, because there is this harbor ferry terminal thing, and then you've got the entire kind of pier area, which is very lovely. So oh wait, actually let me bring up, makes sense actually. So I've been rediscovering a lot of the photos that I took during this trip. So this area that you see on screen here is known as Pier 2. So it's like a former dock area. There is this train, I guess it used to be a rail yard, and it's now become a railway museum. Like, it's an open field that you can just walk on, and then there is this miniature railway museum thing in this building where they've kind of done a diorama of all the different aspects of Taiwanese rail infrastructure, which was really cool. The first time I went, it was open, and the second time it was closed because it was damaged by typhoon. Or not damaged, but like something happened with a typhoon and then it wasn't open. And then around here, you get to ride this miniature train. I don't have the video with me, unfortunately, but there is this miniature train that you can take, and it goes around it. You just sit on top of the little carriage, which is so funny. So there's all of that. The general place looks like... oh, it's really small. So, trams. We've got bridge. So this bridge is here. So this bridge connects from like the tram line, which is this side, over to here. And there are kind of these fancy shops here in, I guess, former industrial buildings. Like, Google Earth is not the best for showing buildings. But look at this. So like, you get the idea, kind of fancy shops and things. This is the bridge. This is the inside of a shop, I guess. This sort of thing. It's just so like, well... oh yeah, there we go. Kaohsiung Port. It's so nicely done. And so this is actually gonna be an area... oh, he's sitting down. How lovely. This is actually gonna be an area that I build here. So you know West Isle has the two like sides, the main West Isle area and then West Isle Quay. So my thinking is this side will be kind of an interpretation of... let me do this so you can understand the difference. There we go. Do we see this? That kind of similarity? Where there's sort of a dock with a little kind of waterfront where we can have a bridge and then like different buildings. Yeah, so this part of West Isle will eventually be inspired by like this part of Kaohsiung sort of thing. So there is that. And then last bit of high-rise things that I thought we could look at before we work on our own one is this interesting area. So I went here during my, like when I was doing my filming for my work, right? It's called Guo Mao, and I was like, I didn't know anything about this area, but it's a very old school high-rise area. Unfortunately, there's no 3D view, but let me show it here, I guess. Alright, okay, my things are not very good because it's like close up, but essentially there is this giant, like, I'm standing there basically. It's an entire circle. It's, think Hong Kong, in terms of the aesthetic, and just very vibrant, very full of energy. I don't know how to explain it because, like, high-rise housing is normal in Singapore, but being there in person here, there was a completely different energy. Like, I was told that this development came about, and it's called a military dependence community, where people who, like, were kind of part of the exodo, they were basically kicked out of mainland China during their, like, conflict that they were having, and then they kind of set up a community here, and sort of, I don't know whether it's the entire family or just their dependents, as the name would suggest, but that's sort of the history behind communities like this. There are many across Taiwan, and this is one of the bigger ones, like the very high-rise kind. And so I thought this was interesting. I don't know that we will do it this way, because this one's very old school. And I feel like Cubby Cliff isn't that space for our city. There will be spaces for that, but I don't think that will be the one. But I just thought that was interesting. And let's see. So, okay, so this was like the food that we tried. So underneath all of the high-rises, you have little shops like this, which I thought was quite nice. It just felt very alive. So, okay, sorry, these are all my... and look at this, like, this is... it's just so fascinating. Like, I don't want to, like, involve myself in any of the politics that is part of, like, you know, the region and stuff, but it's just so fascinating as an outsider to observe how all of this comes about, you know? And so, and look at that, there's like a little... and these old school high-rises with the shops below. I love this sign. Like, all of the shops had this little numerical sign, and it looks so... I don't know, like... it's very simple, but also very nice. Yeah, and it's nice that, like, I don't know, there are people who like the post, like whoever this Rama Raima Norayat. Thank you for liking that photo, I guess. Much appreciated. Oh, actually, okay, I accidentally clicked on this, but fun fact, everyone, we just got an air fryer for the first time in our life. And I am loving it so much. So we were trying it today. This is like chicken breast that was cooked in 15 minutes. Instead of the usual 40 minutes that doesn't even produce like crispy skin. I was so happy with that. It is genuinely going to be a revelation for us, I feel. I'll talk about it more when we switch over to like the public stream, and then we can like just discuss more about the world of air fryers. But yeah, I'm very happy with it. We've been waiting for the longest time to get it, and it finally dropped to an okay price, and so we got it. And if you saw, it's like one of those models that actually can cook two things at the same time. And so I'm excited to actually be able to cook roast chicken and potatoes in like at the same time. Because my oven, for some reason, even though it's bigger than the air fryer, can't actually like cook potatoes and chicken properly at the same time. It's very weird. But yeah, anyway, okay, so that's the tour and an air fryer. So many developments while I'm looking through this. Like, I'm just gonna look through options. Oh, I quite like this one. And shortlist kind of options for what we can do, right? So while we're doing this, many revelations and interesting events unfolding in the world of new games. Number one, good old James Bendon putting his game on the Switch finally. So both the Switch and the Switch 2, which is lovely. So well done, hooray. I'm actually, like, to me, Dinkum is one of those games that I can see myself playing on the go. So I love that there is now that option. Maybe I'll have to get a Switch now. Now, I will be completely upfront, acknowledging that this is a solo developer who is, like, porting his game to a Switch for the first time. My upfront impression of seeing the preview of the game, I'm not used to the graphics coming from the PC graphics, but I understand why it's the way it is. If it's able to be improved, that would be nice. But again, the fundamental thing is it's nice that we at least get the game on the Switch now. So yeah, and then Palia had an update, which I think was quite major. Mr. Partner was like going crazy about it. Does the game have a building that looks like an air fryer? Maybe. I don't see, air fryers are usually that kind of larger, round, bulbous shape. Like the one I have is actually quite different shape. I don't know that we have that in the game. No, I don't think we do. This? No. If I find it, maybe it's one of these buildings. I mean, would that be an air fryer? That's an air fryer. I don't think this can be an air fryer neighborhood, unfortunately. Oh, that's cool. It's a city library. Okay. But yeah, so Palia, Dinkum. Who has actually tried the demo for Dinkum? I obviously haven't. But I've been seeing like a few streamers try it so far. I think for me, if I were to play the Dinkum, not just any random Dinkum, it's the Dinkum. I think the biggest issue for me would be having to adapt from the was the mouse to the aber Zigwai method of controlling the game. And I don't know if I will be able to get used to that, actually. Okay. What is here? Yeah, so it's always that when it comes to a portable game, like unless it's a driving game or... how do I explain it? Like, there are certain games that I would be okay with using the sort of like controller layout. But because it's a game that I played with a keyboard and mouse to start with, I don't know if I'll get used to it. I think that's the thing. If I start the game, WASD, it'll be very hard to like switch over. Which, I mean, it makes sense given that if it's the other way around, if you start with a gamepad and then try and use a mouse, you'd run into the same problem. There's so many buildings actually that we could consider. Whoa, okay, that's tall. I'm wondering how tall I should make my buildings, because we are technically still outside of the city center area. So, oh my gosh, actually wait, let me save this. I'm gonna show you, because I was testing, kind of putting down the tall buildings to get a sense of how the city will look with them. Maybe it's because I've just been seeing the city so low rise. I don't know how I feel about the tall buildings in our city, even though it needs to be done. Let me show you what I mean. So this is my little test load, where I was testing not just the tall cities, but also, do we see some of these rail lines? I was testing my long distance rail lines to see like how fast the trains go. Let's see where this one's going. This one's going the wrong way. Okay, so where's the nearest train that we can take? Because it goes for, what, 20 kilometers based on our plans. You couldn't handle playing Jingle on the Steam, it was very awkward. Oh, okay. That does not bode well for me then. Because you do the keyboard and mouse on your computer, right, Granny? Because everyone that I know who plays like Jingle on Switch does it with the joypad thing already. Okay, there we go. Trains. Right, so this train is heading from South Isle to... Sorry, not South Isle. East Isle to South Isle. So this is kind of as part of our plans, right? We have our local kind of like metro station, metro lines that go slower but stop more frequently. And then to supplement it so that people can get on the move and move across the city, if you will, faster. We have this regional rail, which you can see, it's going at 132 kilometers an hour, so much faster. And it only stops at the key nodes, which will be at like West Isle, East Isle, North Isle, South Isle, the airport, and West Isle Key. So I just wanted to make sure that fundamentally the trains are moving fast enough, which they are. So this is now South Isle, I think. So yeah, let me just like speed this up. And then we're gonna just take the train from here to the airport. And this bit's just full-on straight lines. When we actually built this kind of regional rail thing, it needs to be smoother. Because right now, I kind of just like built it just to try. And some of it dips and rises really quite ridiculously. High and high rise. Yeah, you'll see what I mean. Like, I know we were supposed to show you the high rises, but while we were here showing this, so there we go. It's just literally a straight line. It's actually very nice to see, like, if you were a passenger. Okay, this bit's quite bright. Maybe this way. Like, that's the view you would get, actually, if you were sitting at your seat. So, imagine this. You're kind of going from the city center to the airport. What you see there, actually, is the highway. And so you'll be going faster than cars. And so you can just enjoy yourself for the few minutes you're on. Hello, Hyena. Welcome in. Welcome to my test train line. Okay, this bit's bad. This bit's the bumpy one. It goes down dramatically. So that bit I'll have to build properly when we actually do it. Right, and then 130 kilometers an hour again. So, unfortunately, we don't quite hit the high speed, like, distance that I was hoping for, because real high speed lines, it takes like maybe 20 minutes and you'll be traveling at 200 kilometers an hour. The distances in this game aren't long enough. They are so much better than City Skylines 1, but you're still kind of... It's almost more like a regional rail than a high speed rail, so... But we can pretend. You're at work? Oh my gosh. Is it, like, do you work, typical, like, office hours, or it's kind of random schedules and shifts sort of thing? I forgot. Like, were you saying something about a printing shop? Or was that a different conversation we were having? But yeah, so, look at that. So this is the airport. That's, like, the first station, and then you come over here to West Isle. So, speaking of, look at this. So these are the tallest buildings that exist in the game. And so I placed this down just to get a sense of when we start putting them down, like how tall is the area gonna feel. And let me show it from, say, west, like Cubby Cliff, does that not just feel a bit odd? Like, it feels too tall, right? Given that we're so used to this kind of area now. And it isn't exactly low-rise either, but that just feels like another level of height, you know? Like, it's maybe 4 times the height of our current area, which is quite ridiculous. But given how, realistically, it is a very small land area that we're working with, right? And if this was a real city, you would have to be this dense. So, like, see, this is the train station, right? And it was already quite humongous, and even then, these buildings look ridiculously big. Like, so, remember this area when we were building kind of the sunken area? So if I sit here watching a busker kind of perform, that's the back. I guess from here it's fine. It's not as bad. But yeah, the scale kind of felt a bit intimidating when I first put it down. Typical-ish working hours, usually 8 to 16. But sometimes we'll stay a bit late or go home early, depends on... Oh, okay, interesting. And working hours across weekday weekends, or kind of it depends? Yeah, so I don't know whether we should go this tall, but these are the tallest buildings in the game, so just interesting to have placed it down. Again, like, relative to the existing buildings, look how much taller they are. They look like rockets, I know, and this isn't even the actual, because there is a rocket thing. I don't know where. This thing? No, satellite uplink. I think there is a Chirpek Space Center. There's an actual way to, like, launch rockets in this game. Which is quite crazy. And so, yeah, I don't know. Like, I like this building. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a smaller version. So, that would be... office, this one. Okay, the tall building. That's the tall one. There is a... no. Well, I thought there was a smaller version. I guess not. Oh, and I haven't even looked at the commercial buildings. So, yeah, this is kind of on my mind at the moment. It's that I don't know how... like, the scale of the city center to me is a bit of a question mark at the moment. We shall see when we eventually develop it. Okay, they look like they took up all the resources to build and you're waiting for the hunter-gatherers to come back with more. Yeah, I don't... why would you need a building that big, is my question. As in, it's sometimes it's really nice and grand. Like, actually, of the super talls that exist in the world, Taipei 101 is quite nice. Because it's not just like a glass skyscraper, it actually has kind of a character to it. But yeah, it's just interesting how much space a building like that gives you, and how it's possible to actually fill all of that. Monday to Friday, 8 to 4, and Saturday. Oh, okay, so it's you work on Saturdays as well. Right, makes sense. Hopefully, it comes to an end earlier, and then you can relax for the week. On days when you have some school and college activities you take them off, your bosses are pretty flexible. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so hopefully your workday goes by quickly. Fingers crossed. we'll be here building while you do that. You need rockets for your city, but you can't have roundabouts in the sky, Granny. As we were talking earlier, trains are not worth it in your city, given that they don't do roundabouts. Only roads can do. Okay, anyway, having placed down some of these... oh, actually, no. This isn't even all of the high-rises we can work with. Because this was just the North American meets regional PAX crowd, right? Any of these... these are oh, okay, no. Once there's too much brick, it starts to feel too, like, North America. Oh, that's quite cool. Modern condo. Whoa. Okay, I'm placing down some of these. Yeah, we stopped around here earlier. Okay, so then let me bring in the European stuff. And then let's see. So I'm thinking, I want the buildings... we are building on a lower piece of land, right? But as you can see, I wanted to kind of follow along with where the heights of these buildings ended and be a little bit taller than it, right? So we can have some that are kind of similar heights, clustered together with some that are taller. Okay. Embrace the roundabout. Do I even have any roundabouts in this city? I think I have one. One here at the moment. There will be more. I think I'll need some at my university, which will be here. New York City has a lot of short buildings right next to tall ones. It's because of height laws. Oh, is it? But they... height laws because of planes flying through, or... because I know in Singapore, our city center is actually relatively short. Because our airport's so near. And so they can't build tall. And sorry, not the actual like passenger airport. There's this like airbase that is still in the process of moving out, let's say, and it's not ready yet. So once it moves out, they'll be able to build tall. Okay, there are a lot of these buildings that would work in the city center. Like some of these that I didn't put down. They're nice, but they're too tall and too grand. So I think I'm satisfied with the ones we have. Right away, this one is too tall, so I'm gonna move you aside. This one, oh, actually, yeah, relative to that height, actually. Okay, we can start ruling out a lot. These are too tall. This is too tall. That's too tall. Okay, so we're left with, this is like building wars, if you will. Master buildings. Master buildings. That doesn't sound very appealing. Okay, so not because of planes, each building is allocated an airspace which acts like a limit. Oh, interesting. So sounds very commercialized, but I mean it makes sense given that it is the capital, not capital, but like the biggest city in the land of capitalism. Okay, so is that too... this one's possible in terms of height. That one might be a bit tall unless it sits nearer to this side of the neighborhood. Because my thinking is we're gradually going taller from here. Like, so from here, we'll go kind of like taller, taller, taller until we reach this area, which becomes like full-on city center, and then we'll be built like properly tall. It will be kind of these buildings by then. Which I realize are floating, but it's fine. So that would be... like, that's the sort of heights we're thinking of in the city center. Yeah, and see, like, these tall buildings are still nothing compared to... where was it? The offices. Compared to this thing. Like, look at that. That is still... like, a good 2 times taller, like, more than 2 times taller, 4 times taller than... like, what is this? It's so ridiculous. My gosh. It's crazy. Okay, but we'll build it eventually, I guess. They're floating with... I know. Don't mind it. Don't mind it. Let me move this one here too. So that at least they're not floating anymore. But we get the idea, right? So we're gradually going from this height to that height in this space. And so... the way Cubby Plains needs to be laid out is quite important because it will... essentially, in terms of the view, right, is going to be the portion that you need to start gradually getting taller. So we need to arrange it in the right way that it kind of looks correct. So we shall see. I think right away, this building, I can see being the corner piece, if you will, of the neighborhood. Also because it's like, in terms of height, the closest. So you can start with this. This is... Southwest Residential High. Southwest Residential High. Southwest. That's not residential. That's why. Right? I might change the yellow. I think the yellow is too stuck in this neighborhood. I do like it though. So... okay. And you can see it's also getting quite dense, right? So... how should we arrange this? Let me see. So this bridge kind of starts from here. Oh, and this is gonna be my first time using the modular blocks in a new neighborhood as well, because we only started using it with the train station. So this is gonna be interesting. I wonder how we're gonna coordinate this. Right, so for start, I'm gonna use this red. Replace this. It does have a tinge of blue, which is quite interesting. Is that the glass, or... It is the glass. Okay. It's an alien structure left by extraterrestrials. Might make sense. Shall we call it the Fletch? My gosh, no, we shall not have a flagship building, if you will, named after her. Thank you. It's not happening. You like the name Skyscraper? Like, honestly, Skyscraper, who the hell looked at a tall building and said, oh, that's scraping. It is scraping the sky. What else is it doing? Like, just gently caressing it? I don't... Okay, if you had to name... This is actually the funny thing about words. Like, I guess across all languages is the person who had the honor of naming stuff. I feel like if you have someone who is a fun personality, language could be so much funnier. And by that, I mean probably the Brits or like Aussies or Rai. Because there'll be like all sorts of funny names that you could give to things. So if you had to choose, if you had to come up with a word that described a building... Oh my gosh, is this air fryer worthy, Granny? That's huge. My gosh, can you imagine living in this? It would be like an echo chamber. And then there's... Whoa, okay, this building's quite nice as well. And that. If you had to name buildings that are super tall, like these buildings... This thing, and this thing, and this thing. What would you name it? Like, a term that describes very tall buildings. Let us know. Okay, meanwhile, I'm gonna keep going with our little cluster. So I think this is gonna be the first estate. Estate number 1 is gonna be this design of blocks. I'll have a mix of these heights, and then that would mark... Oh, actually, it's quite a big piece of land. Maybe like... Ooh. Let me think. Okay. Move some of you aside for a bit. Let's do a bit of road planning as well, so I have a sense of where we can go. A sky stabber. Ooh. Very aggressive. It looks like the air fryer tray. Which... That round one. See, okay. Does anyone here use an air fryer? So, this is my thing, is that my family, including me at times, but I try not to, we tend to, like, when we use our oven with the tray, we kind of let it go a few runs before we wash the tray. And I decided that it's not happening with the air fryer because I've heard from people who have it that, like, that's not a good idea. So I bought these silicone trays to put inside the air fryer, to try and, like, not have to wash the actual metal thing all the time, because it's a bit clunky, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I know it's kind of convenient, but there is, like, the actual entire basket that you need to wash, and then inside it there is this... There are two different levels. Like, one is a perforated metal thing that allows air to go underneath. And then for my model specifically, there's another tray, like, rack that you put inside it so that it can cook two different things at once. So there's a lot going on. And I just, you know, I don't know. And also, for those of you who have air fryers, what do you cook in it? I'm excited to try making roast pork, actually. Like, the crackling pork, apparently that's a thing you can make. I actually want to make pizza in the air fryer, because mine is like the 2-level kind. And so with my current oven, it's so small that we can only make a pizza that maybe feeds 1.5 people at a time, but we're a family of 4, right? So it's not very practical most of the time to make pizza, but now that we have that, we can make enough for everyone, and it will be piping hot. A sky thruster. Okay, wait. Can we write this down? And when we switch over to the public stream, I'm going to ask people. Sky thruster, sky stabber. Okay, if anyone wants to get more options as to what we can call skyscrapers instead of the current name, let me know in the next half an hour, I guess. Oh my. Oh, actually, okay. Geometry's here. Oops, wrong. I'm mindful that we have an exit coming in from here. If I could... Let's have it so that it continues on from here. Oops. No! Oh my gosh, I got it right too. Here we go. The silicon trays are good. Okay, so it was a good investment, right? I'm glad. In Arabic, it translates to Cloud Striker or Cloud Stabber. Cloud Striker sounds cool. It sounds like a I don't know, like a special combat operations team or something, like Cloud Strikers. But the cloud makes it still sound floofy and friendly. It's like there'll be a cartoon about it for sure. The Cloud Strikers. Okay, you know what? Cloud Striker is gonna be a thing too. Cloud Striker. And technically, if you interview clouds, they probably would say that the buildings are in their way. And like, so it does count as a cloud striker because they keep kind of bumping into the clouds. Just like how when I was have I ever said this on stream? When I was a kid, I ran into a wall and then blamed the wall for running into me. It's a fun story. I think this is why I'm the way I am today. Oh dear. Genuinely though, I've been reading not even reading, like listening to an audiobook by this guy called John Quick. And apparently he did have like an intense brain injury by hitting something when he was younger, and then it kind of affected his ability to focus and stuff. And maybe it's what happened to me, you know. Maybe that's where things went wrong in my schooling career. I think I've solved my woes. That makes sense now. Okay. You need to hear this. Oh, so I've not said it on stream. Okay, so I was really, really young, like 3 or 4, and we used to go, because we like live in a high rise, and like we'll go into the ground floor area to just play and stuff. And there is this staircase, where we would go down from, and then like obviously around the staircase is like walls and stuff, right? And then I was just running, and I just ran into the wall. And I think in a panic to not embarrass myself, after my parents asked me, like, why did you do that? I was so insistent that it was the wall's fault. I don't know what else of the part of the story you want to know, because, like, that's it. But I think that's enough context to give concern to anyone listening as to, my intelligence, perhaps, both at the time and currently. When you were a kid, you ran into the glass door of... Oh! Okay, but see, I can understand that more than running into a literal opaque white wall that you can see, that literally serves as the structure of an entire building. I feel like running to a glass wall, you have an excuse, cause it's translucent. Almost transparent. It really depends, like, how you define it, but yeah, I can understand that, I feel. I feel like, while we're on the subject of feelings, that's too rigid. Like, it felt very weird, because Cubby Cliff at the moment has been a very kind of curvy sort of neighborhood, right? In terms of the lines and stuff. That little turn felt very stark. So, I'm gonna... Oh, does it not work? Here we go. Okay, it just came out though. Yeah, I know, like the building was never there, you know. The building that I live in, just showed up one day and I was like, hi, I'll run into you. So... Okay, so this area will be 1 block. This health campus thing might be an issue. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick pedestrian walkway thing here so that I can like demarcate to know where I want the neighborhood to stop. Oh, the train station's gonna be there. Oops. Right, so that's the neighborhood. I will have to have the subway station here. So entrances and stuff for the main building, if you will be there. I would like a way where you can kind of walk uninterrupted to connect to Cubby Cliff, and then you can start your journey up the park. So let's say that over here, honestly, stumbling into a glass wall or door is a shout out to the person who cleaned. Yeah, see, it's and you turned out fine in the end, right? Everything's good. It makes life was okay. And I think objectively, glass is less rigid, less hard. I mean, it's a hard material, but it's like not as less of an impact versus running into concrete, you know? Okay, so yeah, that's the idea. Kind of a bridge that goes across the road. Let me bring this in. Oh, it's interesting that you can actually eyedrop that. Huh. Very specific things that you can do in this game. That's 0.2, but I mean, we can all see that the road's not flat. So let me just... like this. There we go. I would like to put like a retaining wall here, if that's possible. I don't know if it is. Retaining wall? Please? Right? Nope. Okay, I'll have to do one myself, I guess. Lucky you put the arrows though, because they would have just kept driving straight up the road. They're quite smart in this game, thankfully. Although, you know, we've not witnessed any of the... You see, there's been so many things happening. 4:10, 20 minutes ago, something happened. I've not seen any, like, no accident has happened in front of us in 12 episodes. Oh, someone's already taking our new road. What are you doing? We're not ready. Come back another time. No houses. It stood there and mocked. I'm just glad that it did not shatter or break. That would be the thing that scares me. What a fascinating material though, glass, that it's an entire pane, and then all it has on the door is that extra metal handle on itself, and it doesn't break regardless of how often people open and close it. Like, okay, it breaks sometimes, but not a lot. And given how it gets probably manhandled by most people, because when it's in public, not everyone's gonna care that it's a glass door. They'll just like open it the way they want, and it just does its thing. It doesn't break. That's kind of interesting. Oh, I know why these people are driving here, because I've left the parking spots here, and so this city currently has low parking availability, right? So everyone's just trying to park. I will not allow that. You will take the bus, people. Don't park in this area. Okay, that side I will kind of just leave it for now. There we go. Ooh, this is gonna be another question, is that my bus lines might have to diversify a bit. At the moment, we've got one bus line. Oh, actually, no, you know what? Because all it's doing is turning this way. May we introduce another pair of bus stops, please? How did I set it up? I did invisible bus stop, I think? Invisible bus stop? No, see, why are they... Invisible. Where is the invisible bus stop? Integrated bus stop. Nope. Big bus stop? Okay, we'll go big bus stop it is. I'll put it here. Oh, no. Wait, we had this issue before. Is that if I did one of that, it doesn't show up on the other side. Bus stop sign, bus stop shelter. What did I do the last time? Bus. Bus? But oh my gosh. I don't remember how I... Small bus station. Okay. Is it this? And then... See, this is how long it's been since we've actually, like, built in this area. Is it this, then I remove the sub-element? No. Huh. I don't remember how I did it. Because it's not the integrated bus. Oh, it might be, actually. Okay, hang on. I think we solved it. We're fine, everything's fine, just... this. Okay, then... Ah, yes, right, there's the answer. So then the route can go here. And we have solved our question of how will the bus serve this side of the neighborhood. There we go, that's the answer. Amazing. So we've got this layout at the moment. That sort of frees up one estate to... We've actually got 3 different areas that we can work on. Although this one could be broken up into 2 as well as this one. Sorry, more floating buildings. Don't look. Okay, what I will do is... I want to try and do a bit of a fancy schmancy here by elevating it slowly. Oops. Slowly is relative, apparently. This game thinks slowly is something very different. Okay, so as it elevates, it will also turn towards here. Okay, so this is not what it's supposed to do. It's in fact going the completely wrong way elevation-wise. But the idea is, hopefully if it works, we shall see. Okay, maybe because it shouldn't connect to this. That then becomes too high. So we will lower it again. Right, so I'm trying to raise up a bit of the road. So that underneath, what we can do is do a bit of a... this sort of situation. Right? Well, actually, what's the difference between a key and a retaining wall? Oh, the retaining wall doesn't have a fence. Okay, no. For this situation, we should have a fence. Because otherwise, as per Rai, everyone's gonna fall off. Right, and then the subway station's there. So... let me do this, and then we shall do an elevated section here. Oh, wrong. Oh, I've done it again. Now we need to tell everyone that it's 35. 35 what, though, is the question. Here we go. Okay, so... there. Right, this bit. And then, say the station's here. People can walk underneath this bridge into the neighborhood, and then there'll be some kind of... I don't know how it's going to connect to that bridge that's elevated. That's very high. But let's say that it goes... like that kind of situation where there is a walkway. And somehow it will elevate itself until it reaches the point where it can cross over the road easily and join up to this bridge. And so you've got an entire overarching kind of like connection between Cubby Plains and Cubby Cliff Central. That's all walkable. It should make sense, hopefully, if we can build it. I'm not sure if we will. But yeah, okay, so 2 different estates might make sense. Or we could reserve it for service buildings. Yeah, this one's really a lot more kind of like winging it than our usual, where I would like sit down and plan stuff. Too high, you should see where I live. Literally some of the roads have a 20 to 30 degree incline. That's crazy. So, oh, I don't have any, I think, because I used to have it, and then I deleted it. Okay, just taking a quick Milo break. Yes, there was ice, but it's all melted now, and I do make it quite, like, rich now, and I only make it with milk. So the ice kind of just helps to dilute it, actually. But yeah, it's quite strong. Might also explain why my throat's, like, kind of going. Maybe, okay, wait, let me get water as well. That might be an idea that you do on stream. Not just Milo. I saw a few weeks back in the news that, in India, someone built, like, a bridge for a road, and the turn was 90 degrees, like, literally 90 degrees. So it was... like that. Which is, interesting, to say the least. Like, it was even more 90 degrees than this. This still has a curve, you know? But it was a sharp corner. What's water? The thing that sits in your bottle that you never wash. Have you seen that bridge that's so steep, like, it looks like it's going nowhere? Is it the one in Japan? I'm aware of one that exists in Japan. But I'm not sure if that's the same one you're thinking of. Okay, I'm gonna try something different for this round. I'm going to actually put the surfacing down first, because I don't usually do that. And I want to see whether it helps with laying out a building area. I'm wondering. Oh, yeah, that's the bridge I'm thinking of. Yeah, I see a family mart there, so I'm like, definitely it's Japan. Apparently it's not as steep when you're actually on it. It's just the illusion of it looking like it's very steep. It's quite fascinating because Malaysia has this really, really long bridge as well in Penang. So Penang's like an island off the main peninsula of West Malaysia, and so to get to it, you either take a ferry or you drive, and the drive is like what's almost 20 kilometers of a bridge, which I'm like, wow. What happens if you break down? What if you need to pee? Like, it feels like it's so far out from anything that it's crazy. Still better than the roads here. You're gonna find some pics in Street View. Oh yes, please. That would be fascinating to see, actually. Okay, I'm going to jump for a bit to my Google Earth again. While we're here, I'll just show it, I guess. Here. Going back to Taipei, I need to see how they connect the flooring of their buildings to the actual road. Okay, so there's like kind of some trees in the plaza. Sidewalk, trees plaza, more sidewalk, building. So let's try that. Okay, oh, we got a picture. We got a picture. Ooh, okay. It feels almost like, there were parts of Taiwan that were like this, actually. Specifically, there is this area that's almost like a spring, like there's hot springs in that area. Oh my gosh, there were some mountain roads as well, and we took a bus up there. I was standing on the bus. I'm sure if you're actually driving up that turn, or driving down that turn specifically, it would look so much more dramatic. Because this picture actually makes it look quite flat, versus I feel like if you're driving, say in a tiny little like city car and you drive down that, right, it's gonna be ridiculous. I can't think of, the steepest thing that I can think of is actually, there is this drop at the airport first, going towards the car park, and because it's one of those design slopes, right? There is actually a very dramatic like turn suddenly. I need to find it. I don't know if it's on Google Earth. And so whenever we used to go down it, the car will always do that jump. And it's like, I actually really enjoyed that. It's like, I love when the car does that. The jump. Okay, here we go. Welcome. It's the airport. Oh, it's not 3D. Terminal 3. Here we go. It is. So you enter from here, then you go down here. There is this tunnel thing. There's this drop here. Can I street view you? No, I don't think it goes there. Do you go there? Why not? People need a street view of this. Go there. Oh, please go there. It's supposed to be to the right. Okay, but do we see? Do we see? I think we can still like see it. As long as this car doesn't get in the way. This drop, I know it doesn't look like much, but when you're like driving at 60 or 70 and then you do this, the car will jump. Like not jump, but like, you know, it does that whoop thing. You drive an SUV and almost scrape the bottom. Oh, okay, that's steep then. Terrible. Terrible. And would you say that it's a particularly mountainous region? Or it's just that specific area that's like that? I don't think any of us will survive San Francisco is my conclusion. Because I saw, where was it? I think it was on Instagram. Someone filmed them going down that really curvy, slanted road. And then I just see how there are actual people who live on that road. And I'm like, how is that your day-to-day experience that you have to like witness people driving up and down that road, potentially hitting your front door, and being like, yep, that's a day in my life. Oh, I don't remember what I used as the pavement connection thing. Is it this? Sidewalk 5? Sorry, Sidewalk 13. No. What did we use here? Because I remember we had this whole hoo-ha. And then... Copy of custom. See, because it doesn't let me copy it, so... Extremely mountainous and extremely dense. Oh, that's not good. Like, some words are tight and they're used by locals as two-way words. And from what I'm seeing, there are no markings on the road. And so I'm guessing it's a free-for-all as to who drives where. Right? That's the worst part, is that when you have to deal with that. Vanilla pavement. Oh, is it this? Is it this? Yeah, it's this. Okay. Here we go. So... And then, can I put down... How did they do it? I think it's just... greenery? Trees? Stuff? Stuff and things? Oh, I guess I could just do it like this. Just as though it's a continuous connection. And then the plants can go. Yeah, that works. I can see it working. Someone's already using the sidewalk, which is amazing. Thank you so much to... Whoa, your Devon, your shirt's very skin tight. Is there even a shirt? Is that just painted? No marking and speed bump. Markings are basically favored. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. You know, because I kind of like keep up with car news and stuff, and there's been this whole trend of, like car sales moving towards people wanting to buy SUVs. And I feel like in a place like yours, where the roads are that way, you should only buy SUVs. Like, don't buy anything else, because you will suffer. It will be a tragic time. It won't be good. Add that to one pothole. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, potholes, turns, slopes, all of the above. Everything's terrible. That might be a bit too samey. But I'm just gonna... We'll work with it first. This is our first iteration. I will... Oh, actually, that's quite nice. Okay. What's a road without a pothole? Not enough letters, unfortunately. It will be a ra... It'll be a red, actually. Because the only thing you can remove from that is a O. Some people drive Mercedes and Corvettes in the city. They can afford the repairs, I guess. You once saw Lambo... But see, is the city also the same? Although, people really do commit to that. Like here in Singapore, it's that same idea of... There's not much use you can get out of a performance car here, given that you're limited to 90. It's a city, so you'll be like stuck in traffic. And yet people are wearing, like driving around in their like sports cars. But they can't make the most of it, I feel. So, unless you really enjoy the specific, I don't know, maybe the interior or something, because I'm sure it's not comfortable to drive in. I think this about people who drive around in those modified, really noisy cars or motorbikes. I'm like, you can't enjoy that experience, surely. Like, driving that around every day, with it going like the entire time, right in your ear. Like, we as people around that vehicle would find it annoying, just listening to it going by briefly, right? But then you're stuck with it for the entire ride, like in the entire life, every commute. Like, imagine you had a stressful day of work and then you have to drive around in that mobile, you know? I'm glad this is the members only section, but if you're watching this back in the VOD, sound effects require commissions. There should be. I don't think it stops clips, does it? I'm still learning about how this members things... Oh, it does remove clips. Yeah, I don't have it either. Well, maybe this can't be... Yeah, this might just stay as a members only stream, unfortunately. Hate to break it to you, but it's... That's the reality of life. You don't get what you want sometimes. You don't get what you want sometimes. What sort of phrasing is that? You can't have your eat and cake it too. That's another one. That's another one of the famous sayings by Martha Stewart, I guess. She probably said it to Snoop Dogg. I'm sure once it's actually public, you'll be able to do whatever you want with it. So, oh wait, wrong. This is not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be. It gets very confusing once I have to blend lots of different paths, because I'll forget which one I used. This one. Oh no, floor is not flat. Floor is not flat, everyone. We're gonna pretend that it's not a thing, because I will fix it off stream. I know this is a bonus stream, but I still don't want to... Not worth spending our time on a bonus stream fixing stuff like that, because they will take the entire stream. But I'll do it off stream, and it will be fine. Everything will be lovely. Okay, so let me connect these two. And... oh no. Might have messed up. Because I'm using the one that hides underneath the ground like this asphalt. There is another version. This one. Over markings. No, it doesn't. Okay. So this needs to do a very dramatic turn like that. Which is odd. Oh, I don't know if this will work. It sort of does. It's messy, but we could work with it. It's fine. Maybe once again it will be another one of those I will fix it after stream sort of situation. That's, yeah, it will do for now. It's fine. It's a fake city. Who cares? You know. He says after 12 episodes of that 6 hours. Not even 6 hours. How long was it? That one bonus stream where I wasn't commentating, but we were just building the highway. Was it 6 hours? 6 hours, 21 minutes of that. For a fake city that no one's supposed to care about. That's what we're here for, everyone. Why am I doing this? Like we could be actually making a difference in the world through, I don't know. Actually, no, you know what? I can't make a difference in the world. This is probably the best investment of my time. Actually, that's quite cool. It kind of does what it needs to do. It works. I do need to put connection here. Like this. Like this. There, okay. Problem solved. Now there's a connection. Great. So see, this works. Like, that kind of blended in perfectly well with Kirby Cliff, actually. It looks like it's been there the entire time. Which is good. Unlike those super tall Sky Thrusters, Sky Stabbers, Cloud Strikers. And so gradually, as we kind of increase the height, I think we'll be okay. My city looks really nice because you take the time to do things like that. Thank you. Would you ever do a city skyline stream out? I can sit in chat as the peanut gallery. No, I mean not in chat, like in a call if needed. Did you ever get in Tiny Glade? No, I haven't actually. I am like leaning towards doing town to city. Literally the day after, like that will be my first kind of like, oh, the game is now available, we are doing it immediately sort of game. Yeah, I don't know, should I consider doing that? Do we think it will be worth it? Because I know there is a demo, but knowing me, I'm not going to play it. Because there's so much going on. Oh, I've got a workshop in like next week, for my craft stuff, so that's fun. So I have to like spend a week preparing, so I won't be kind of sitting around being like, oh, let's play a game for half an hour. $2012? Are they all? 43. Okay, let's use this one, the big one. Oh, it's not placing down. Oh, because it's trying to place on more than one. Okay, that's fine. Oh, the wonders of the slabs. Back when we were doing this the first time on stream, I was so kind of frustrated by the limitations of the landscaping stuff. So I'm just glad that we have these now as another option in this game. Like, there were ways to work around it, but it's kind of annoying. Oops. Oh! It actually makes you feel frustrated because your cities never look like yours. What if... yeah, so if I sit with you and then just give you moral support, would that help? You love me to see me play it? Like the Tiny Glade or Town to City? How was the Oh, the Minecraft stream was amazing. I feel like that's warm up for when we eventually think about like whether we can do it as a community thing. So we revisited Hypixel. That was great. Azzy joined us. Azzy has never played Hypixel, and so that was the first time she gave it a go. And I know Hypixel is maybe like the lowest of lowbrows when it comes to Minecraft. I remember back when everyone on like they would just put it on YouTube amongst friends, thinking that they'll be the next kind of like big Minecrafter. And no, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. As the person who started my first gaming channel because I saw a Sims YouTuber called Deligracy get 100,000 subscribers and think I can do that too, and never got past. How much did I get to for my old channel? I think 400 was the most I got. And here we are today, playing other games instead. I could do both. Okay, maybe we could. Maybe we could. I will consider it. I think it will be good for a bonus stream. Like, I don't see Tiny Glade being engaging enough to sustain an entire stream. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, no. This terrain thing can go. But it's not. Look at how wonky the road is. Haida showed me the picture and I was like, yep, I will follow it to a T. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this actually. Can we? And I don't want to rebuild it because this area is kind of a mess already. Like, it's complicated. Oh. Can I? Oh! See, that's why I don't want to. Let's save. Save. Did it save? 12:3. Okay. At least if it crashes, we'll be fine. It is a bumpy ride indeed. Yikes. Oh, I will say though, the one thing about that Minecraft stream, the Sky Wars portion went on a lot. Sorry, not Sky Wars, Bit Wars. It did end up going on a lot longer than I thought. So thank you to the two of you who joined. Because I thought it would be like a 5 minutes and done sort of thing, and then it went on for half an hour. So, because the first round we died so quickly, and then the second round was so much longer. This can move? Oh my gosh, revelations! Okay, I didn't know that. I'm gonna keep it there still. Yeah, I did not know that that toolbar moves. Good to know. I think we'll do more. Like, we were supposed to do Fast Food Simulator as well on that stream. But, like, I thought that Hypixel wouldn't occupy an entire stream, but it ended up, like, taking up the whole stream. So we could do that again. And then Fast Food Simulator is probably another one I need to... Whoa, what's happening here? And then Fast Food Simulator is another one that we will do at some point. Okay, I hope that is better. It's not great. I don't know why it's doing this as well. Okay, wait. Pause, people, pause. Don't use this road. If I stretch this here, and then use... Oh, I keep choosing the wrong thing today. It's like all of the road markets, which I've never done. Okay, is that better? It should be better, I hope. We locked in that second round. Oh my gosh, like so much for... Oh, this Minecraft is a game 6-year-olds play. Azzy with her sailor mouth. It was the best thing that happened on that stream. Genuinely. And the best part is if you go and like, there's a clip of it, just FYI, but if you go back and look at it and listen to it, She dragged out that shh for a good 5 seconds. So she had every chance to stop herself, and she committed. She followed through. she was just like, yep, I will do it. Stories with Azzy, who more like swearing with Azzy. It was yeah, it was hilarious. The best thing. Oh no, what's happening here now? Why is it doing that? General ground. Will you behave if I put you on the ground? Yes. Okay, good. Thank you for cooperating. It's doing it again. It's all messed up. Why? I think it's because it's breaking it up into too many nodes, and so the nodes start going all over the place. I think this one's more manageable than what we had before, because there's fewer for me to deal with. It's just being very annoying. Yeah, that bit's bumpy. Oh, we'll just say that it's not. Yeah, I actually don't know why it's bumpy as well, because it's... Oh, wait, we might have solved it. Okay, that's slightly better. It's not completely solved, but smooth enough that I will accept it. There we go. Perfect. Like Call of Duty, CSGO. Oh no, the one that I feel, of the ones I played, because I didn't really play any of the kind of PUBG, Fortnite kind of games. The one that I feel is rage-inducing is Fall Guys, and I've not played that in a while. I don't even know if they've changed anything. Wow, okay, wait, can we also take a moment to appreciate that because this is an unlimited money city, right? My current monthly balance is minus $1 million. Feels like real life. You've never played a game of any of those without swearing? I think that's valid. Like, you're allowed to in a game like that. You know? Rather than in, like, I don't know, at work or stuff. Why not just vent it? I mean, doing it at work's fine too, I guess. Just, yeah, yes. Swear to your heart's content. Be Australian. Oh, also, and I'm gonna ask... Oh, actually, wait. It's 8 anyway, so that's perfect timing. What we're gonna do is... Let me save. I'm gonna take a quick break because I can feel my voice kind of going a bit. When we come back, I'm actually gonna switch this to a public stream. And so we'll be joined by more people. I'm gonna put a poll out to see what we should name a skyscraper. And I'm going to ask the Aussies in chat, how you would define your cuisine. Because I keep getting asked this question of like, what is Australian food? And I feel like we've had this conversation before, but we will have it again. So I will see you shortly. Okay, everyone, we are back. Apparently the break music is still playing. Apparently not. For those of you who are still with us, thank you for sticking around. For those of you who are just joining us, welcome in. Surprise, surprise. We're having it live for everyone now. So we had a fun hour and a half of... I don't actually even know what we ended up talking about. Like, there were so many different topics. The key one that we are trying to figure out right now is... if you could invent a word in English, I guess, or it could be any language, and you had to rename the word for skyscraper, what would you name it as? So we've got Sky Thruster, Cloud Striker, Sky Stabber.
Unexpected item in bagging area.
Unexpected stream in Jaden's feed. Yes, you are supposed to see this. Hello, Jaden. I decided to make it a surprise stream that goes public after 1.5 hours. So welcome in. What do you think? What should the word skyscrapers be replaced by? Also, for those of you who are just joining us, so today we are working a bit on a new high-rise... Ooh, that almost was weird. New high-rise area of Cubby Cliff called Cubby Plains. Here it is. We've done 4 blocks. And a bus line, I guess, like roads. So that's good. And yeah, we were just talking about words. Apparently, Hyena's keyboard recommends an avocado. It's cause it's good for nutrition. That's the best I can think of, I guess. So yeah, we're just kind of casually doing this today. I'm just trying to build up a bit more of like a high-rise area so that we can start growing our population a bit. I've been taking it slow because I didn't want my game to like lag too much going into it. If you've played City Skylines 1, you know how terrible it is when like you start building and then you reach maybe 50,000 and the game starts slowing down and it's like not a fun time. So I've been trying to avoid that, basically. So yeah. What else are we asking before the break? Oh, Australians in chat, please define your food. Because, whenever this conversation pops up within like my friend group and stuff, the conclusion's always just, Australian food's just other people's food. That's what they're saying. And so it's like, oh, it's just British food. Oh, it's just like insert whatever like major migrant group food. It's coffee. But it's like, I don't know. I tried to say that Australian food is like, especially Australian restaurant food, there is always that sense of like refined farmhouse vibes. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I picture this like restaurant where the food's very thoughtfully crafted. There's sort of a level of refinement to it, but there's also that kind of rustic, warm feeling of like someone made this for you. It doesn't feel so... Like that refinement feels different from, say, French fine dining or Japanese fine dining, where there's like such a precision involved that it almost starts feeling sterile. Like, that's what I can kind of say. Like, to me, I would describe Australian food as. What type of food? The Aussie food or food we eat? Like, how would you define your cuisine specifically? So, not specific food or dishes, but... for example, Singapore food is a mix of the different cultures. It, primarily influenced by, like, the immigration groups, I guess, and, like, the different races that we have. I don't know, actually. Should I? Let me ask. I could ask. And no, Australian cuisine is not defined as Vegemite. Just in case anyone was about to say that. So, can I paste this? Yes, okay, that looks better. So we've got all of this. This one, I would like to... maybe change the color of it grey. Black. There we go. I don't know if I actually want that. Hold up. Paste. Yeah, we'll go with that. Quirky. You should look at Arab food. So, yeah, actually, I wouldn't know how to define that as well. Because, to me, as someone who's not very knowledgeable with that region, right? I start to kind of mix it up a bit with almost Greek or Turkish food. Which I know isn't. It is not. But like my limited knowledge would lead me in that direction, and so I wouldn't define it well, definitely. Let's see. Okay, I want to place a building here as well. So what we're doing at the moment is we're extending Cubby Heights with this elevated bridge, right, into Cubby... Oh wait, no, sorry. Yes, Cubby Heights into Cubby Plains. And we're trying to have it so that there's high rises all in this area, split across 3 different areas. And there will be a way that the pedestrians can walk from that bridge down here into this sunken area, which will serve a subway station. Also, don't mind the floating buildings. I'm actually very curious. Oh, so it's actually like just empty underneath. Interesting. Okay, good to know. Just in case you're wondering, like, what do buildings look like, actually? The structural integrity of them concern me. Cuisine, it's the food of other countries, but less. But so, when it comes to maybe... Like, how easy is it to find, like, indigenous cuisine in Australia? Or is it not very common unless you go specifically to those communities and be like, can we try your food? You know? Some of our foods are really common with some Turkish and Greek foods. Oh, okay. So it's not actually that kind of far off. Interesting. I thought it was just like a misconception, almost, of what it's supposed to be. I am... This area's a bit complicated to sort out, to be honest. Because I somehow need to connect a bridge that's elevated into this area while also having an area that's not elevated. So I am trying to make sure that what I'm doing makes sense. Because what we could do underneath here is hide a car park. That's another thing we could do. But that would involve a service road or something, which I guess could be here. So let's say this is gonna be interesting. Okay, then in there's gonna be like somehow a car park that I will figure out. Arab shawarma is like a Turkish kebab, which is a Greek. Yeah, that's why I like feel like they are very similar in terms of, as someone who is not knowledgeable in it, it feels very similar, you know? We all know it's the same, but no one agrees to it. I think it's, yeah, it makes sense that there is an overlap of the things, I guess, because again, it's like similar in terms of, there's a lot of commonalities. Obviously, with each culture, there is also distinctions. But yeah, so it's just interesting how that influences food. It's easier to find an Indian or Thai food, like in Australia, is what you're saying. Hi, Gigi, welcome in. Gigi, how would you define Australian cuisine? This is the big topic that we're having right now. Because I keep getting asked that, and as someone who's not Australian, I don't feel like how I've been answering is convincing people. So, where are the car parks that we can use? Here. Can I... Oh, but these are the motorbikes. See, I wish that had the car option. Tiny parking lot. We could go for a tiny parking lot, maybe. Tiny parking lot. Chapel Rowan's new song, coming soon. Any 3-worded thing moving forward shall just become Chapel Rowan's new something, I feel. Ta-da! Okay, oh, what happened here? This is definitely more complicated than what we did previously with that other side. Okay, here we go, we fixed it. Everything's fine. Okay, so we've got that. Then, if we don't mind building, I'm going to move you out a bit. There we go. Yes, walk with us, please. So that there is space to walk around, please. Oh, it's a single... Oh, we messed up our road. Thank goodness for the undo button. Aussie cuisine is best when it's immigrant cuisine. Okay. See, okay, I guess we're having like this general consensus there. Would we say it's... Yeah, I don't know. You do know that a lot of Lebanese, Syrian, and Palestinian Arabs live in Australia. There's a lot of actually different cultures in Australia that I feel are... Like, it's so diverse actually. In terms of the types of cuisine you can find. How do I think we need some of these walls and things. So once again, if you're coming in from the maybe a previous Vanilla City Skyline stream that we've done, this is definitely quite different. Much more complicated. So don't worry, the real game is not actually like this. Oh, we've got a little car trying to park. My parking lots have also disappeared for some reason. There we go. Welcome back, lots. Thank you, park. We're going to increase the pricing, actually. Use public transport. You have a bus line. 20. Okay. So we've got this. Then... I am gonna struggle to figure this out today. Okay, there's a lot of blocks that we're gonna have to use in this area to make this sort of like an elevated section. Because unlike previously, where I kind of just used the ground as the elevated bit, I do want this to be made of the modular blocks. I'm not sure if I want to use the ones here because they can't be colored, which is the issue. But assuming I were to go for this, right, I would be doing, here we go, this thing again. So rotate, wrong rotate, this. Right, so, oh, we've got people moving about. Where are all these people going? Here. So something like that. So it's covering kind of the entire thing. Oh, it's a bit off, but it's fine. Nice cultural mixing pot, indeed. Do we have the fried chicken sounds as well in Australia? You must have. You must have. At what point do we find something new, you know? I feel like every time. I apologize. It's just what sticks out every time. My goodness. Okay. So, once we have that, getting to the finicky parts. Also, finicky to say. So, I apologize. 90... Then we raise this. Okay. So earlier on, in the warm-up section of the stream, well, it was an accident because I wasn't supposed to show it, but I spread the news that we now have an air fryer in this household. The first ever air fryer that we've owned. And let me find the picture. Ta-da! Here it is! The amazing double air fryer. So yeah, again, first ever one. I've wanted one for the longest time, but our plan was always that we were gonna move, and then like we buy it when we move, right? But we're kind of staying at this house a bit longer than we intended, so my mom and I gave up waiting honestly. So we've been looking at like the prices of it, and the moment it drops below like this price, we can buy it. and it dropped below this price, and so we got it. And so it's a double layer one, but it's vertically stacked because we don't have much space. And look at it. It cooked this in 15 minutes with crispy skin. It's chicken breast, by the way. Whereas my current oven would take maybe 35 minutes to cook this and not have crispy skin. And it was so juicy. I'm so happy. I'm looking forward to making more stuff in it. And so, like, because here, we live in an area where there isn't much food options unless you walk maybe like 15-20 minutes, which, I mean, we don't really do. And even if I wanted to go to get something cheap, I would have to take a bus, which would mean by the time I go there and back, it's another $2.40 on top of whatever my food is, and by the time you do that, it's like, it doesn't make sense. And so we've been eating so much like takeaway, like not even takeaway, like ordering in sort of food, and I'm just sick of it, honestly. It's A, expensive, it's B, not very good, especially once it's been sitting in someone's like boot or like that motorbike basket thing for an hour. There are some good food that we found that like I'll probably still get, but most of it, like, I don't want to keep eating McDonald's every day and stuff. And so my hope is that by having the air fryer, at least we can cook our own things rather than being like, oh, everyone eats at 6, because realistically my family does not eat at the same time together anymore. Like, we're all doing our own things. And so like whenever it's a big like portion that we make, a lot of food gets wasted because some people will just like not eat, or they'll be like, I don't know, it just doesn't work for us for some reason. And so I'm just like, nah, I just want to have the air fryer and then cook whatever I want when I'm hungry. So the only thing I need to deal with now is to make sure that I have enough like raw ingredients, so that I can cook, you know. Air fryers are so good. Your wife owns two. Not that one. You say your wife and not us because she collects Ninja. Get this one too. I got this one because I knew that like whatever house we ever move into next will be small, and so the air fryers that had the 2 baskets side by side would be too big. And so I wanted something portable. There is like a fundamental design compromise for this, which is that the heating element, rather being on the top, it's actually at the back of the machine, and so it's more susceptible to that uneven cooking thing if you don't like shake the basket like as you're cooking it. So I bought that knowing about it, but yeah, it's just something to keep in mind if you're considering adding that to your Ninja product collection. Do you have a creamy? Do you have a what's it called? Ninja, what's the other one? The blendy one. Is that the creamy? There's one that's like, it blends into ice cream, and then there's another one that dispenses slushies. McDonald's every day is the dream. Well, I do agree. Oh, they came up with there's regional variations on this, because like every country's mix something is different. They've come up with our version of a McCrispy burger recently. And it's actually very good. It has a very nice smoky kind of mayonnaise sauce. And because usually the only fried chicken burger that McDonald's has in Singapore, like when I say fried chicken, I mean the chicken's actually real meat. The only one they have that is a spicy one. And it's a well-known one in Singapore. It is a super spicy burger. It's called McSpicy, but it's not the same McSpicy that you had in Australia or have. I don't know if you still have it. Yeah, and so for the longest time, there wasn't much options, and then they came up with this buttermilk crispy chicken burger, which is non-spicy fried chicken burger, but it's also really expensive because it has like pineapple and slaw and stuff in it, and it's like a good $11 for a meal, which is a bit too much, to be honest. And so there was that. And yeah, this new burger is like 8. So that's reasonable. We had an air fryer. Your mum threw it out because the sound gave her my... Oh, that's not good. How long ago was this? Hopefully, maybe the new ones might be better. Fingers crossed. Because then at least you can enjoy the wonders of air frying again. I wondered, should we venture into trying out the last music station? We've tried the second moon for the longest time. We've been using the vibe for quite a while now. I'm curious. Maybe some of the other stations are good. Should we try? Okay, wait, sorry. So GG has the regular one, the jumbo one, side by side. You have the Ninja Slow Cooker. Ninja Slow Cooker, interesting. Do they have a pressure cooker? You have the slushy machine, the ice cream maker. Oh my goodness me. Are you just like starting a ninja museum? I feel like that's what you're doing. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. I can imagine the house parties you must throw though. Like the amount of things you can cook. I'm just excited to be able to cook 2 things at once. Like, I can imagine that's actually being helpful for our dinners and stuff. Like, when my mom cooks and stuff, now she can cook multiple things at the same time, rather than one at a time. Ninja is a pizza oven. What? I only know the... Is it called uni? That metallic one. You're not getting an air fryer again? Saying that name sounds like saying a slang word for... Oh, a slang for a dirty word in Arabic. The poor marketing teams in the Arab areas that have to deal with that. Surely they would have thought to, I don't know, rename it if that was an issue. I guess maybe they thought it wasn't something that needed to be done. The slow cooker can also do pressure... Oh, amazing. We had one for a brief period of time. It's from Philips. It was like $100. Unfortunately, it's no longer with us because it broke. But yeah, when we had it, my mom was like using it all the time for soups. I was using it for stews. Sometimes she'll cook rice in it. Although I mean, it's Asia. We have... Oh, I thought there was someone already walking on it. We've got rice cookers in like an Asian kitchen, but still, sometimes when you have too many things going on, it's nice to have an extra one, you know? Surfaces. Okay, we shall do... Wait, concrete, right? I should be doing that instead. Concrete surfaces. Yeah, this one. Before we cover it all up, because then I won't be able to see anything. Oh my, we're already kind of struggling, so... Probably a good time to be doing this, I would say. Can have some greenery. I don't know why, but... It will work, I guess. What am I doing, actually? I'm making the surface, I guess? We're losing track of everything, everyone. Okay, yeah, there we go. Just this, and I'm gonna get rid of the snapping because it's gonna cause the grass to show a bit if I don't do that. Okay, and then let me save again in case I use the wrong tool. Because one of the tools causes the game to crash, and I can't remember which one. I feel like it's the paint bucket. So I'm gonna... Good luck, everyone. It's the paint bucket, yes, because we're fine. Oh, wrong. 1, 2. Why is it doing that? Here we go. 4 stovetops. That's a lot. An external stove outside gas canister and lots of pots. 25-liter pot. How long does it take for you to get through that? Good for bulk cooking though, like, if you're lazy, just commit to it once, and you'll be fine for the next while, you know? Okay. How do we... connect? How do we go from here to there? We're gonna do it very crudely for a start, and then... try our best to smooth it out slowly. So, this is the angle, roughly? Let's see. Like this. Oh, let me just check. Air sounds like one of the words for men's private parts. You can guess the rest for how the name sounds. Oh. And so, are we frying those parts? I'm gonna allow that because that wasn't, yeah. Watch YouTube ban knees again. So are we frying those bits? Is what we're learning about the regional language version of an air fryer. See, you can come up with a new word. It's like how we've got the new word for skyscraper, which by the way, it's currently a sky thruster or a cloud striker. I would choose a cloud striker personally. Like again, it feels friendlier almost. Oh, we've got an ambulance. What has happened? I don't actually know that any like city would be actually building this way in a like normal public, like not even public housing, just normal housing area. Like they'll reserve this maybe for their city center where they need to kind of showcase like, oh, we are a walkable city. Here we go. Would you really build like this, what we're doing here, in just a random housing estate? I'm not sure. Okay, there we go. So fundamentally, we are... Okay, I need one more. We're kind of working with this as a general path. It's that you walk all the way here, you turn, you walk down, and it needs to slope downwards to eventually connect to the subway station. There we go. Maybe I shouldn't have put the... How are we gonna do the angle is my next question. Good luck to the engineers and architects that had to create this. Can you imagine actually engineering this in real life? It'd be crazy. As the person who clicked on Skystabber. Oh, so was that you? Okay, so we have one more vote for Cloud Striker. So it appears that we are all for the friendly vibes. In conclusion. Oh. Hang on. Why is... It's rotating in every direction except the direction it needs to rotate. It's doing that thing again. Okay, you know what? Pivot. This area, we can use the blocks, but I think once we reach here, we are going back to terrain. Because then it's easier to just do a big slope to be going downwards from there. Oops. Okay, so then we do, let's just say like the path starts that way. Oh, not even that path, that's a road, technically. Well, let me just copy this. And then... Okay, fingers crossed, everyone. We're not gonna have a bumpy road situation. Uh-oh. Wait, I messed up my light. So this is how the game actually looks like if you don't use the correct time of day. It's very flat, which I don't like. So that's why we have this view. I don't know, it just feels... This sort of lighting feels more like how I felt the light was in Taiwan. That very nice golden hour light. Okay. And then this goes all the way down. And then I extend it further. So maybe once it hits about there, then we can kind of add another node. Segments, here we go. A bit like that, if you will. Wow, actually smooth, look at that. Well done, game. Okay, but I think... Oh, we did it again. I think it could go... Because it's quite a gentle slope already, right? That bridge is quite low. So... either the road, which I think I'm gonna do, the road shall go a bit higher. There we go. And so at least the headroom is not as bad. We've got floating trees as well, everyone. It's all floating today. Plants. If we could move to the side, please, temporarily, plants. Thank you. Right. We're supposed to keep going lower? Well, I'm just glad that so far the general structure is working, like it's connecting, if you will. So at least we have that. How do we... Oh wow, 10% usage of my bus, and we're not even actually... Oh, that was a slowdown. We're not even actually kind of paying too much attention to it. It's actually quite low. We might have to lower down the walls. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, so the estate of this design could continue all the way, or we could kind of break it up to say this side is one design, this side's another design. I worry that in its current state, this game does not have enough buildings, so I probably wouldn't... It won't be a good idea to just use like too many buildings at once, because you'll run out very fast. So... let me see, but I actually don't know how I would continue this as well, because it already turns here. Then what? Like, do we go underneath? Is this gonna be a shopping mall? Maybe this can be like a little cluster of shops or something. That's gonna be complicated though. What about a park amongst the city? Here, right? Let me see. We could leave it as a reserve site. Something like this at the moment. And then when we finally... Because there's actually going to be this nature walk here. So it could be an extension to the park. So it's like park here, you somehow join up to his. And then this goes all the way up to Cubby Cliff, which is its own giant nature reserve. So this entire area plus the valley is like green space. Okay. Although, actually going along with that idea, GG. Maybe this little shopping podium, right, could have a rooftop garden. That could be something. I don't know how we're gonna do it. In its current form. Oh, let's see. Some kind of funny design. Oh my gosh, look at this person just creating all sorts of assets using the existing things. Are they releasing more buildings? Oh. It's a slow time in the world of City Skylines, unfortunately. All they're willing to say is, we're working on it. I think there's some stuff coming soon. But then again, at this point, soon has become a trademark. Because they keep saying soon. Like, they don't even have the asset editor still. They released some stuff for City Skylines 1 recently though. Oh, by the way, like, if you're still playing City Skylines 1, there's a new pack that came out and like new maps. I don't know if it's free. I just know that it's a thing. So feel free to check it out if you're still playing that. It's nice that they're at least still updating it. That's what I'll say. Where is the wall thing? Ah, it's at the top here. Okay. Let me... What's it called? Oasis Terrace. Okay. When you set the park idea. It reminded me of... Where is it? Wow, this was so long ago, it wasn't even built yet. Okay, I was gonna show it to you on Google Earth. Unfortunately, this is the state of it. Under construction. It was ready maybe like 8-9 years ago. This whole place was being constructed. That's crazy. Okay, well, I mean, since it doesn't exist, this is a like shopping mall area thing in the middle of a housing estate in Singapore. And so you see this slope thing, this thing. Maybe it's possible to do that in this game, because I do also need a way to connect the ground floor to this bridge anyway. And so if there is a way to do that, it would make sense. Now the question just, how? So let me think. Let me see if it's possible. It's an Elon Musk soon. Yes, it is. It is. Didn't he announce a supercar, whatever, and then it's still not a thing? Okay, let me see how they did it. So the actual slope is just concrete, and it's what's around it that becomes the greenery and stuff. Good luck, everyone. We are gonna see if this is possible. Where is it? Oh no, I lost it again, everyone. What's it called? This thing. This thing. You gave up quickly? You haven't really played the game for the past 3 weeks? Oh no. Busy times, busy times. Hopefully, there'll be time to play again soon. Although honestly, I feel the same. It's like, outside of anything I need to do for stream, I haven't been playing games. Like this... I don't watch... Like, I haven't been playing games, don't really watch new TV shows or movies. At most, it's just being in, like, streams. Oh no, this block doesn't do the thing that I need. Why does it not turn in that axis? It makes no sense. Okay, I think, unfortunately, we shall try that another time, but we're going to reserve this site as just an empty space. And so, because of that, I will border the estate, if you will, here. So it stops here. And that way, it kind of like demarcates to say, okay, the estate's done. Don't keep building in this direction. Although now that thing's in the way, which is quite annoying. We good, game? That fine? Yeah, I think that's okay. You've been playing Palia? How is the new update? Oh my gosh, yeah, I completely forgot about the Grand Bazaar. I do want to play that as well. Oh no, I'm gonna have to add that to my, like, to playlist as well. Too many things to play. How are we gonna play them all? I'm not sure. Oh, there's a smaller version of this design. Hold up, we're gonna use that. I think that's better. Hello, Uncaptain. Moo to you too. How are we doing? We are apparently having a crisis over the inability to play games in this modern time. Given that all of us have no time apparently to play games. I hope that's not a struggle you're facing as well. Yeah, so there's the Grand Bazaar. I am contemplating playing Town to City. Is that what it's called? Called it Town to Station the last stream, the entire stream. Didn't realize I was calling it wrong. Yeah, so that game. It comes out next week. This week? Well, in a few days. And I'm wondering whether to play it. I don't like that it is like cutting off like this. You know, it's... Which other building blends in with this set? Does that look very obvious that it's out of place? Level 2. Okay, another one that's sort of shorter. That would work. There. It's a bit narrow though. Town City looks good. Okay, that sounds good then, because I haven't actually looked at it. Because I wanted I wanted that element of surprise in case it was good, and so I could like learn the game as my first experience. Not the wisest idea, I guess, when you're gonna like spend money on a game, but yeah, that's kind of where I sat. Because I know that some people played the demo. Granny definitely did, but yeah. Do we need that? That's fine, I think. Okay, so we have that, and then I'm going to connect the... Where is it? We had it earlier. That concrete path thing. Where did it go? We were using it earlier. This thing. Okay, so for the time being, people shall connect this way, so they can walk through at least the empty space that currently exists. Hello, Tattoo Plays. Welcome in. How are we doing this weekend? Hope it's good. Oh, surfaces. This one? No, nodes? This one? Segments? I can't connect my net lanes. This thing. Okay. We got it in the end, it's fine. There. So at least people can walk. I do need to put like an invisible lane for it to work, but it should be good. Oh, and then we can actually complete our entire walking area situation by doing that. Lovely. See, the front of this looks quite complete actually. Look at that. I'm gonna screenshot this. I think someone died. Oh, we've got lots of people. Doing good, lovely. We are having a fun time building a new neighborhood. Talking about all sorts of things. Let us know what you think the new word for skyscraper should be. That's the other thing we were talking about. I actually really like this kind of dark, rich red color. It almost looks like a brick color. And overall, that works very well. Okay, and then what's the next estate over needs to be taller than this by a bit. So that would be good. Okay, so I'm moving you again just so we can assess. Look at that! That works very well. It's blending in nicely, extending the whole like tall to short wall that we have. I actually really love this view. And then the business park's gonna be here. It will be a bit taller, so it'll be like sort of this height. Unfortunately, you're heading out. No worries, Hyena. Thank you so much for dropping by. Enjoy handling your bits. That did not sound right, but it's fine. I'm quoting you. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend if we don't see you. I'm wondering, should I extend this plant situation or just move it over? Let us maybe move it? As that thing in Madagascar once said. Funnily enough, this mod is actually also called Move It. Okay, that should be good. Then we do... Oh no. Oh no, it's not working. This. Net lanes. Even for near enough. That's not an actual term, but like, we'll go with it. The City Skylines 1 version of Move It had a thumbnail with that meerkat thing on it. Is it even a meerkat? I don't even know what it is, but that dancing Move It thing. Yeah, that was the thumbnail for this. Oh, we should have shops underneath here, I just realized. Because I was wondering, why does this area look so dead? Actually, wait, before we start going further, save! If you're playing anything right now, A, feel free to share what you're doing. B, save if you need to, if it's that kind of game. Modern condo. Oh, that's quite nice, actually. Okay, so storefront. Storefront. It's one of these things again. Oh my gosh. There. A shop. Just one. That should be enough to make it lively. No, we need more, obviously. But that's a start. Then, can I squeeze this in? It's a bit hard because the shape of the building means some of these storefronts don't quite blend in very well. Like you can see, this one's actually sticking through the roof, which is great. It's GG's bedtime. Have a good night, GG. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon. Yeah, none of these. All of them are sticking through. Which is... I guess if I do that, it sort of works. Yeah, it's fine. We'll work with it. Okay, so we have the houses. We have all of this. Let's bring our population up to maybe at least 3,000. So if I could get those blocks. Oh, I don't know where they are within this menu. Here, I think. No, it's not. Where are they? There's supposed to be the district blocks thing. I usually search for it. I'm just curious. Oh, it's here, it's here. Modular zoning blocks. Here we go. So, we've got... I'm gonna do... High rise. High rise. Welcome back, Jaden. We're about to introduce people to this neighborhood. Okay, so we've got 1. 2. Now, just to help it along, I do want to diversify a bit of the options. So, we'll do a low rent residential block as well. So I'm just gonna start by populating these buildings first. Like once we develop this site, I will add it. Okay, so we've got that, and then we've got... Here we go. So let's see how much that generates. I'm going to also put a shop here. What was that shop earlier? Here we go, here. This one. Oh, it's gonna do that thing, annoyingly. 1x4, maybe? Oh, it's being annoying. Okay, no shop for you, neighborhood. You chose to be annoying. Okay, let's see. Let's speed it up. Let's figure out how many... 31 residents. Not a lot, actually. 31 residents. Where's the other one? Here. That is 5. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, people are moving in. Very slowly, but people are moving in. Okay. We shouldn't have, given that we spent so much time on our noodles. Our traffic situation should be managed. Oh, what happened here though? Uh-oh. Wait, I'm gonna save on this one. I feel like it might break. What happened to you? Are you okay? My goodness. What did happen to this thing? Are you okay? Why are we broken like this? I don't want to redraw you. Oh my gosh. Okay. There. Oh. Okay, game. If you insist on being funny like that. They have to catch the bus. And yeah, we've made a lovely shopping area right nearby. Just cross the road, go into Cubby Cliff Central. We've got this whole area. We've got the... Okay, there's not much shops there. We've got this area. Oh, which update since the last stream? I did kind of narrow the walkway a bit. I felt it was too wide. So apparently that means I die. Thank you. Thank you, Jaden, for the random. Yeah, so... Like, I moved everything inwards towards this road. But the actual layout of it stayed the same. So yeah, they can come over here. They've got a bus that goes... Where does the bus go? It goes... Oh, it goes this way, actually. Wow, poor things. They have to go an entire loop. Yeah, but there are shops. That's okay. So, speeding up. It's like nobody. Usually, when you have an influx... Oh, no. Okay, I think the influx is coming. Where is... Let's take a look. Okay, so we've got some traffic coming in. This is genuinely... Like, if this road existed in real life, there will be so many accidents. Speaking of... 18,625, an hour ago. We should just observe. I feel like... We're just not seeing the accidents happen. That is what you wanted with your... Yes, I know. If only it happened. Okay, overall, very peaceful in terms of the move in. Because I'm sure you've seen before when, like, if you play this game, how... Oh, something's happening. What's happened? Megan's sick. Unable to work. She's a student and is unable to work. I feel like there are other reasons instead of health as to why we're not working, my dear helicopter, but it's fine. Okay, there's people walking around. Lovely. Can I feel like this is gonna mess up the roads. Because it always does that. Like the moment I start doing this, ready, it's gonna break it. Oh no! Wow, it works! Fascinating. Okay. So, then they can use the inner path, which is great. You do it to... We found out that during a member's stream, there's no clip option. Which was news to me. I did not know that was a thing. Okay, there we go. Use the inside path. I want to see people walking. Come on. Oh, someone's already... What's happening now? Megan, you just... What? The helicopter came for you! I think Megan's just, like, stuck. Oh no, Megan's in the van. Off we go. Have fun. All this just to skip a day of school. Jeez. And she didn't even get to, like... She's only on the way to the hospital at 8 PM. Her school hours are 7 till 3. Why did she... Oh, people are moving. Oh, can we not be doing that? Taxi, please? You're also driving the wrong way. Can we... Oh my gosh, it's a scooter. Look. Well, it looks like more like one of those noisy ones, actually. Oh, that's cool. I love the color of that. Just makes a member so... No, apparently you just can't clip. So, yeah, like you have to wait till it becomes a public VOD for it to clip, which is kind of funny. Oh, which, by the way, if you're joining us, like after the hour and a half, the Tales of the Hobbit, Tales of the Shire VOD is now available, if you weren't there the last time. So feel free to check that out. when you're free. So yeah, apparently I was already causing issues with certain residents. They weren't happy with my food. Definitely not because I gave them the wrong food, even though I prepared the right things. So that's fun. Not much people moving in from those few things we were doing. Did I put the wrong kind of block? I did high density, right? Where is it? 30 residents. That's not a lot for high density. Are we okay, game? Are we running into issues? I thought it would hit maybe 3,000 or something by now. Low rent, 45. In fact, it's going down, which is kind of funny. Oh, okay, wait, we have one here. 32. Pedestrian gate. Okay, everyone, can we walk through the door, please? And not just like a random thing. Thank you. 30. You are a level... Parking spots, parking garage, block mover. Shall we cram more people into their shoeboxes? I do feel like this is a very dense kind of building, so we should. Right, let's do a few more. We'll just squeeze it in. You went to click on your notifications to start watching it, and you saw a notification that... Oh yeah, sorry, I think... Oh, did we do it at the same time? Whoops. I follow what you suggested, which was to post the VOD a little bit earlier. I think it wasn't... it was too little a bit earlier. Should have spread it out throughout the day. Hi, Mr. Teds. Welcome in. Don't mind us trying to cram more people into this building. Just cause why not? It's a dense high-rise city. We should. Okay, I'm adding... a bit more to each. So that should, in theory, significantly, like, it should double, right? If math plays its numbers right. Haha. Okay. There we go, It's increasing, 207, almost 2,800. Can we hit 3,000? Because right now, that is 356 people living just in this area. That sort of makes sense. Can't find the door. I know, these citizens... It's like we were saying this earlier in the warm-up section of our stream. How when I was younger, I ran into a wall and then blamed the wall for running into me. And apparently it's a shared experience across the board because we also had people who ran into glass walls. I ran into an actual concrete wall, so there was less of a reason. 2,800. Where is the crowd? People, I have houses for you. Come in. Is that the crowd? No crowd. We've done too well, everyone. We've planned a bit too efficiently. Because this is just the normal traffic that we get. Yeah, because usually when you do a big old like move in, there'll be a big like surge of traffic. Anyone? Our city is nice to live in, I promise. We've got a bus line. We've got a half-built custom train station that you can use eventually. Oh, this might be the crowd. This might be the... Oh no, that's the maintenance stuff. No crowd. Okay, well, move in whenever you're ready then, I guess. The wall looks great. Oh, okay. Cool. Ooh, is this Megan again? Pauline, what's happened? What's happening in this building? Is this the building that only murders in the building is happening in? Oh, I thought it was another student. Okay, this one has a valid reason. Just doesn't want to work. I understand. Makes sense. Genuinely, not enough people moving into these buildings. So much for, oh, high demand, I want to move in. No one's moving. 23. Okay, hopefully over time. You know what, let's see. Neutral. High noise pollution. Hello, noise pollution. That's what they were saying. Not that it's high. It's more like, hello, noise pollution. That was the marketing campaign for this estate, actually. Hello, noise pollution. They were all convinced. This is the house for me. And now they make a big fuss. Okay, let me do the invisible path this way as well. Maybe Rai is right. That's hard to say. Maybe they're struggling to catch the bus because there's no easy way to get there. There we go. So if you can cross over this way. You know what, actually, I can see it being annoying because the nearest bus stop, it's one of those estates where you're kind of sandwiched in between two bad options because the nearest bus stop's here or here. There isn't one here. But I don't want to create another one because it slows down the bus too much. So they'll just have to live with it, I think. That's what they'll have to do. Okay, and while we're here, let me smooth out this junction a bit. Because unfortunately, roundabouts are not part of our urban planning principles in this city. At least not to the extent of almost Circle City. Here we go. Okay, that should be good. Oh, another Mario one! Could have done it too, like, on the other stream. But no, Martha decides to hide it all. But thank you. Ooh, I need to think about, wait, let me... Because even though we're stopping the development on this side and leaving a reserve space, I do need to also think about how this floor shall continue in this context. There we go. So it goes this way. Somehow needs to join there. Hold up. Let me break it up into two different. I just showed your browser the Nintendo Direct. Oh dear. How many things were shown? I actually never watched Nintendo Directs, and so I don't know. Like, I only knew about Dinkum being a thing because I saw everyone started posting that, like, oh, have you heard the news? Dinkum's here on Switch. And then I saw that it was like a trailer on the Direct. But usually, how many games do they announce at once? I also didn't know that they announced like non-Nintendo games. Which, I mean, makes sense. It's like it's a console. They have like to have other games, right? But yeah. That was... Oh. I'm concerned as to why it's lagging when I'm doing that now. Let me... Save might be a good idea. I'm actually gonna delete that. I don't trust that to be something that won't crash my game. Oh, we might be in for a crash, everyone. It shouldn't be this laggy when I'm doing this. Brace for crash, everyone. I can feel it. You know what? I'm gonna reload the save. That shouldn't... Something is odd there. Oh, Bowser. I read browser. I was so confused. Oh. It's not working. Okay, you know what? It just doesn't want me to continue the path. Is the conclusion. I think I'll... Ooh. Okay, I think to be safe, given that like I'm looking at the time anyway, I don't want this to like build and then we crash again. So, given where I saved, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna diagnose this off stream, make sure that it's just a quirk and like if I reload it, it's fine. But yeah, so lovely little like housing estate thing. Okay, yeah, I'm very concerned about that actually. Lovely little extension to Cubby Cliff with Cubby Plains. Jeez, that lag is bad. Yeah, so the first of the higher rises, we're gonna have one more here, I guess, one more here, potentially one more here, or a park, we shall see. But that will serve as sort of the fringe area that leads into the city center. So that will be lovely. Yeah, good progress, good progress. We will hopefully keep this up. And in conclusion, the replacement word for the word skyscraper shall be Sky Thruster, which I was surprised by. I thought that was like kind of the lowest one. Oh my, okay. They announced 20-ish. Wow, that's a lot. Amazing. Art Captain just sent me a clip. What was it of? I stumble on the truth. What? I don't have... I can't open it on the window. Okay, I'll watch it after stream, but thank you for sending that. It's only the second time you've seen a direct and it felt more like... Did you feel like it was a lot more direct in terms of game announcements? It could be the case. Okay, but anyway, so Wednesday, if I'm able to, we'll probably do town to city. Now, I do want to just also quickly announce, because I realized that I didn't do my quarterly break thing, which I said I was gonna do, every like quarter. So I didn't do it last quarter. So this quarter, I think let's do it. So after Wednesday's stream, I'll take a week off and then we'll come back. I just need to kind of like get some work done at the same time anyway. So after Wednesday, we'll be back the following Saturday, I guess. I'll like confirm it on next stream, but just FYI, that's gonna happen. So, and if you've been viewing everyone's streams as well, remember to also take a break from the world of screens. They were big on Mario because it's a big anniversary. Oh, is it? What anniversary is it? The anniversary of Bowser being mutilated. That is literally a Yoshi sound. Thank you. Yeah, you know what? Let me do it. Let's get a random just to celebrate and wrap things up. Commands. Random. Play. Oh, okay. It ended up being Sims, but I guess that works too. Okay, thank you so much everyone. Have a good weekend. We will see you on Wednesday. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you soon. Actually, wait, no, I always forget to do this. Can we also thank Rai for modding? See, I'm terrible in that way. I always give you like, oh, bye, see you soon. Doesn't thank the person who is literally giving her time here to like help us look after all of us. Thank you. We appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.